Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Expert Suck Sports Betting Podcast. I am Mike Day, and Tuesdays with Brandon Day.
Yeah,
Tuesdays with B.
I love it. I love the name of that.
Yeah,
It just rolls off the tongue nicely.
it is nice. So, okay, we have a lot to cover. Clearing my throat
Ew.
because
Yeah.
we're going to do some talking. But I'm going to tell you who we are first, in case you're joining us for the very first time. We are the Expert Suck Sports Betting Podcast, and Brandon and I are the off-season sports. We do the off-season sports. The podcast started as a football podcast, football betting, with me and Brad Thurman, and you'll see that on Thursday. Brandon and I do PGA Tour, UFC, and NASCAR until NASCAR ended, and now we do EPL, English Premier League bets. So that's mainly me, because I like it. Brandon can take it or leave it. Brandon likes NASCAR better than and
Yeah.
UFC and PGA better than EPL, but we have to have something to fill the void
Yes, we do.
of NASCAR. So the other
It's
thing we do,
it's
yeah,
also
go ahead.
on. It's also on a little early for me. I'm
Yeah, it's on.
sleeping in most of the time.
Yeah,
It's like
Saturday and
9
yeah,
o'clock in the morning.
some of them are on at 7.
Yeah.
Um, which is no problem when you
I
have
could get up. I
when
could be a
we
better podcaster.
and your mom have a
Yeah,
puppy
you guys
a
are up.
puppy dog that gets us up at our mascot, our show mascot gets us up at before 6. And then the local Ziggy's Coffee opens at 6. So
Yeah.
little shout out to,
Coffee and soccer.
yeah, it's great. Little shout out to Ziggy's Coffee. Okay, so Brandon, and like I usually do with the show. So the show format goes, we review last week's picks and then we give this week's picks in those 3 sports. But I do give Brandon a few minutes to talk about his fantasy football team because he's not on the Thursday show.
No, but good things are happening. I finished the regular season tied for first, which gave me a first round bye. I'm in the 2 seed. Just how
Nice.
it played out with like
How many
points and
teams in the
stuff.
league?
It's a 10-man league.
Okay.
So pretty respectable. Finished 9-5, so the other guy in first. So that was cool. Probably the pickup of the late season. Michael Wilson for the Cardinals has
Oh,
been
yeah.
balling, dude,
Got in the end zone again last weekend.
twice.
Oh, okay.
He had 11 catches, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Dude's put up 35, 23, 6 because Marvin Harrison was back, and then 39 last week.
Mm,
So a great pickup there. The dude gets a bunch of targets.
nice.
And that helped lead me to a win. So I got everyone off this week, and then I'm playing the winner of the 3rd seed and the 6th seed. So we'll see how that goes. It's a pretty our league's pretty stacked. Or it's pretty fair. That's a better word for it. Everyone's kind of, except for like the last 2 people.
You always have those
Everyone's
2. Yeah, or 1.
Yeah. Everyone's 1 or 2 games back from each other. Like the least, it goes 9-5, 9-5, and then the rest are 8-6. So it's a 1 loss difference between first place
Okay.
and at least everyone in our bracket.
Yeah, it
should
makes
be
it more
interesting.
fun in
Yeah, it
fantasy
does.
when more guys pay attention. You don't want like half the league dropping off when they know their team is not good and they
And there's
stop
just
paying
not
attention.
one person who's just got like a stacked team and just rolls everybody.
Yeah,
It's
well,
all pretty fair, and
then you got to
everyone's
pay attention to waivers like you did
yeah.
and things like that. So, all right, good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, now since we are on the topic of football, and those of you that know me and Brandon and know somewhat of the podcast, you know that we have
Yeah.
very strong fandom and ties to the University of Notre Dame. This is not going to be a that much of a defense of Notre Dame rant. It's going to be for
No.
me. I don't know what you want to say, B. What's your take? Let's get into it.
Um, I first want to start off with you posted a reel on YouTube of us complaining about or going off on Texas and the people complaining that Texas should have got in, which Bama got in at 9-3. So a case goes for both of them. We will say the same thing about Bama. Someone called us a dimwit, which I thought was really funny. That was a great comment.
Did you have to look that up?
I haven't been called a dimwit since like the second grade. Um, and I'm 23, almost 24 years old. So that was really funny. Someone called us a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
Great. I
I
think
was texting you and stuff, and I'm like, "This is awesome because we have our first, like, trolls."
yeah. So like any PR is good PR, I guess.
Yeah, we almost feel like we made it, like, because we have
I know,
trolls now.
right? It's funny.
So,
But the
it's awesome.
there needs to be a better process within the college football playoff choosing and then within the community because there is an obvious bias here. How does 9-3 um, Alabama get in? Probably because they're in the SEC. And then JMU is about to get rolled by Oregon. Granted, they won their conference, but then that leads to Duke. They won the ACC. They won their conference. How are they not in it? So there's a bunch of questions, and I think everyone has questions. I don't think there's one person who is not questioning the how the selection goes and how this bracket turns out to be. So I mean,
Yeah. So, okay, so
it's weird.
I'm glad you kind of went at the committee a little bit and the playoff structure and or lack thereof. There
That's better.
part of the problem is there's no clear metrics.
No,
It's very arbitrary because of the examples you gave, and there are examples from previous years where just some of the reasoning is very curious. Okay, so you already addressed the crimson elephant in the room where,
it's a good one.
yeah, 9-3 Alabama gets in
Hmm.
over several 10-2
Well,
teams. Not only Notre Dame,
yeah, BYU.
BYU, right? Vanderbilt in their own conference.
Yeah.
Trying to think of some
Well,
others,
and
but
Alabama didn't even win the SEC championship.
okay. So, and
How is that?
lo- they're saying losing the SEC championship shouldn't cost Alabama to drop, which it didn't. But losing the Big 12 championship
Yeah,
knocked
that does.
BYU out of the playoff and makes them drop. And BYU's two losses were to the same
It was to
team,
Tech and
which is the number 4 team in the
yeah,
country.
it was to Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech. So BYU has an argument as well as Notre Dame. Now, here's where I think it's a bit of a sham because of who is on that committee. The committee is comprised of mainly the people that have alliances or ties, active ties to schools. Number one, they're athletic directors to
Mhm.
some of the schools, and they have ties to the conference. And the conference has the two major conferences that are represented are the SEC, who has a huge television contract with ESPN and the corporation that owns ESPN, as well as ABC. The SEC and the ACC both have that deal. The Big Ten, I believe, and Big 12 are Fox, but
Fox, yeah.
somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the chairman of the selection committee, who probably has a little bit more pull and influence and weight in that room than anybody else, is the current athletic director for the University of Arkansas, a member of the
Of
SEC.
the SEC.
Now, if anybody recalls, Notre Dame and Arkansas played this year, and Notre Dame dog walked Arkansas
Oh, yeah.
56-13.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't let up. They didn't punt once, including a fake punt. So, how salty do you think that AD is about that? And he fired the coach right after that,
Mhm.
and he had very colorful things to say about that game. Okay, so that's sticking in the back of his mind, right?
Yep.
So, do you really? Okay, then let's talk about the money. the money that goes along with playoff appearances in the college football playoff and winning playoff games and even just being in the playoff. Okay. So would it be in their best interest to have another SEC team in the playoffs for the entire conference? The answer to that is yes.
Yes.
That was a rhetorical question because some of the complaining was Notre Dame's not in a conference, and last year made $20 million off the playoff run that they did to get into the championship game and didn't have to share it with anyone. Um, okay, that's that's
They
a
won
great
games.
that's a great reason for being independent.
Yeah.
Anybody in the college landscape can be independent.
Yeah.
They don't have to be a member of a conference. So there's that. Now, it's very obvious what happened. It's very obvious what happened in that room. That
Yes.
person, that chairman, the athletic director, and you can look him up, Google him. Um, his name is well known. There's no way you can sit here and tell me that he didn't have every reason to put Alabama in over Notre Dame. So it's a corrupt process. It's a greed process because ESPN has 9 of the 11 games in the college football playoffs on
Yeah.
ESPN. So the SEC network is ESPN. So ESPN doesn't want Notre Dame in there. And so, yeah, it all roads lead
Yeah.
to the greedy committee, the corrupt committee putting in Alabama over Notre Dame.
Yeah. To kind of like, yes, we do have a slight Notre Dame bias, but to kind of like to defend that and not to defend that, you can't expect to lose 2 games and get in. If you're Notre Dame and you're going to be independent, you have to at least be 11-1 at the worst, because you already know this may happen just because you are an independent and there is a slight bias. But
Yeah,
also, to go throughout the history of Notre Dame and why they're an independent, they are a very historic school and a very traditional school. If anyone gets the chance to go to Notre Dame, do it. It's awesome. So much history. But to back that history and to back why they're independent, when they became a football team in the early 1900s or whatever, they were one of the only teams in the country that would travel to go play other teams. And so them being independent is kind of playing off that history of them traveling to California and New York and all these other places to go play all of these schools that wouldn't have gotten a chance to play them.
right. Well, and
So,
then the whole other argument that is just like smooth brain mouth breather argument is, oh, go join a conference. Why, if you
well,
were in
yeah,
a conference, this wouldn't happen. No, that's not true.
no, we play
That is
5 ACC teams a year.
yeah, and
That's how much Miami played this year.
exactly. And for them, it's way more advantageous for them to stay independent. And I mean, what are you saying? Are you saying if they joined the ACC, the SEC, the Big 10, or the Big 12, they would just go and roll those conferences? Because if you're saying just join a conference and you wouldn't have the problem,
Yeah,
then you're admitting that they're better or they would be one of the top teams in your conference, and your conference is weak and and top heavy. The SEC is very top heavy. So okay, Notre Dame joins the SEC. Okay, so they just get
we're
the
right there
benefit.
with Georgia and
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah.
Right
Well,
there.
Georgia and Texas maybe, or Georgia and I don't know, Alabama. Yeah, historically, but not this year. Um, yeah, so Alabama should have been out. Notre Dame or BYU should have been in. Even if they would have put BYU in, I wouldn't have had a problem with that
I agree.
because I fully with your argument, Brandon. Don't lose the first 2 games. Don't lose to Miami and don't lose
Yeah.
to Texas. Either one of those. Now, that's another piece of this puzzle too that people are upset about. Is like the committee said, because remind me who Alabama played and lost to week 1.
Florida
That would
State.
be a very terrible, terrible ACC Florida State team. But
Yeah.
that game doesn't matter because that was all the way back to week 1. But the game
Well,
that does matter, week 1, was Notre Dame losing to Miami.
and week 2
Make that make
to
sense. SEC honks. Yeah, so
but
the go ahead.
they're also giving Notre Dame crap because they decided not to play in a bowl game. You know how many other teams are not playing in a bowl game?
10.
Yeah.
It's up to 10. And the last couple of years, everybody's like, "Oh well, the bowl games don't mean anything anymore. They're just for show."
None of the star players playing it anyways.
Yeah, and they
Jeremiah
opt
Love's going
out
to sit out. Their
and they
starting quarterback's going to sit
transfer.
out. It's
Yeah,
and it's a player's decision. It's not the coach. It's not the athletic director. It goes to the players,
yeah.
and they decide if they want to play in it or not.
Well, and like you said, I mean, some of the stars or some of the guys that we're getting ready for, or and will be
But
getting ready for the NFL draft, like Jeremiah Love, won't be playing. Now, there was a guy that I just listened to on social media before we came on that laid it out very, very intelligently. Um, and he said it's a lose-lose situation for Notre Dame. If they go and play that game and win, then everybody keeps talking about the same thing that they're already talking
yes,
about. They should join a conference if they would have joined. Blah 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 blah. Now, if they go to that game and lose because Jeremiah Love's out and a bunch of the other players have opted out because they're getting ready for the NFL, if they lose, then they catch it
then they're
all
like,
on the
"Oh, this is proof they shouldn't have been in the
exactly.
playoff." Yeah,
So just get rid of that whole situation by opting out and, you know, start again next year. So, yeah, I mean, some of the arguments are not like I said, they're just parroting the buzzwords of the talking heads mainly off of the four-letter network that you know, and then the hypocrites at the four-letter network are like, "Oh, well, we want you to come play in our Pop-Tarts Bowl so that we can get higher ratings."
yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's the Pop
uh,
Tart Bowl, guys.
yeah. Um,
It gets a lot of ratings, anyways. It's if you have a chance to watch the Pop
but
Tart
why would
Bowl,
Notre
go
Dame
watch
wanna
the
do that?
Pop Tart Bowl.
Why
Exactly.
does
Yeah, I don't know.
Notre Dame wanna contribute to the network that has it out for them, right?
But
So,
that I think what it all kind of swindles down to comes down to is there needs to be something within the selection of these teams in the playoffs that holds weight, whether it being your losses or your games that you played throughout the year kind of decides how if you get in or not, or if you win your conference championship
yeah,
needs to
okay.
decide if you get in or not.
Yeah, and I
There's
love that.
nothing right now that
No.
determines how you get into the playoff. It's all
And
up in the air.
right. I think everybody would agree, all college football fans, is that what we're trying to do is get the 12 best teams into the playoff and watch them play.
Yes.
That absolutely did not happen this year.
No.
You cannot tell me that JMU and Tulane are two of the top 12 teams in this country. You can't tell me that. So, if we're trying to do that, there's a few things that I believe the committee has to happen to the committee. Number one, you cannot have anyone on the committee that has ties, active ties, and relationships with a school or a conference. I don't care if you attended the school. I don't care if you attended Alabama or Ole Miss or whatever. If you don't have any active ties or you don't have any association with the conference, then you can be on the committee. And the committee should be comprised of people, journalists had maybe, I don't know. We tried that, like the AP poll,
Yeah.
whatever.
That doesn't really
But
work out.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it needs to be judges or something, uh, some people that have a little bit more integrity than the people that are currently on the committee. And yes, I'm questioning your integrity, members of the college football selection committee right now, because you
Yeah,
have none. You have
obviously.
none. You
I
have
think everyone
zero
is.
integrity. So there's that. So
It
it needs to be reformed so that we can get the 12 best teams in the playoff.
I think it needs to be people that work for the NCAA. Have them solely watch football. Have them
Yeah.
solely. That's just their whole job. And at the end of the year, they come together, whether it be 5 people or 20 people. They come together and they decide. because then that brings
Yeah.
out all bias. You're watching all football games, all the top 25 teams in the country. You guys come together. That
Well,
would be
not only
my
that,
solution to it.
not only
Because then
that,
there's no
I mean,
bias.
we could go back to some form of the BCS algorithm that determines the best 12 teams based on
Yeah.
wins, losses, strength of schedule, strength of whatever, all those things. Put it into an algorithm. We have AI. We have computers that are becoming smarter than us, right? That can figure out based on all the factors that everybody wants to see who the
So
12 best teams are.
I, I just looked it up based off of how the BCS did it. Um, the top four will remain the same top four. The numbers would be different. Oregon stays at 5, Ole Miss at 6, A&M at 7, 8 Oklahoma, 9 Notre Dame, 10 Alabama, 11
Yeah,
Miami.
see right here, and this is a reasonable person that
There you
is
go.
into football, knows
They
football.
used the BCS analogy for it.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel,
But
for joining the show. Appreciate it. Shout out, Daniel in Nashville. Um, yeah, it does. And like I was saying, there's an algorithm that can be created. An AI can have it all fed into them. You could probably even put in every freaking game that's played in every um, FBS school every weekend into an AI and have it generate who the best teams are. Um,
yeah, I think it was a computer model with the
yeah,
BCS.
yeah. So let's go back to that, but just make it 12.
Something needs to be different.
The BCS was 4, right?
Yeah.
And that really kind of didn't work either. But now that it's 12, the BCS algorithm and the computer model can easily get to
Oh
the
yeah.
12 best teams. Um, so yeah, I mean, follow the
It's
money. When the only explanation for all of this happening is follow the money, then we have a problem,
and it
right?
came to it. Well, it slowly came to this. I think we all kind of saw this coming. If you're fans of college football, because it kind of happened last year, where there were some questions on who should be in, who should be out, and I think really this year it kind of lit the flame. It
Yeah.
ignited the fire to how terrible the
And
selection
now,
for the
yeah,
playoff is.
it's a full on dumpster fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, full on dumpster fire. So, okay, Brandon and I really needed to get that off our chest and have
we've
this
been
rant.
talking about it since Sunday.
Oh yeah, and
We were in
me,
church and it came out, and I was like, "Oh
Brandon
man."
nudges me and whispers.
I was in church. You were taking me
Yeah,
away from the Lord.
and Brandon whispers to me, Notre Dame didn't get in. I'm like, what? So yeah, it's been, and I fully admit I run most of our social media, and I've been on it,
It's pretty.
and yeah, learning a lot. I mean, I'll listen to
Yeah.
people's takes.
Oh, for sure.
Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
The good ones and
But
the bad ones.
yeah, like I said, the guy I listened to right before we jumped on, it was well thought out, and you know, it made sense. So yeah, um,
Hey, what do we know? We're just a bunch of dimwits.
yeah, and we have this like fledgling wannabe podcast. Yeah, and we are the dimwits.
That's so funny.
Yeah, you may see that again.
That's
Somewhere
great.
along the way, I think hopefully we just got 25 minutes of content that I can hopefully break down and into pieces and put up
Make another one so we can call it dimwits again.
on YouTube.
This is
Yeah.
great.
I want to get
I
I
love
want to
it. I think it's
I
so
want it
funny.
well, I want to see the comments from our haters when I roll this one out. So I embrace them. All right. So this isn't necessarily what me and B are here for on
No.
this edition of our podcast. So Brandon, let's just roll through this. The review. We'll get into next week's picks, and I'll let you get some dinner.
Thanks.
So, well, last week the PGA Tour did have an event. It was called
Mhm.
the Hero World Challenge, and that was in Nassau, Bahamas. And we did some different bets. Scotty Scheffler was the
It
full
was
on
the guy.
favorite. And by the way, and I don't know if Dane is listening tonight or not, but I do owe Dane
Yeah.
$5 because Scotty Scheffler did not win.
was
It was the
Hideki.
field. So let's go through our each way bets
Yeah,
and see
I
how we did
gotcha.
there. The bottom two I added after Saturday's round. So
Okay,
just so everybody knows.
cool. So our first one was Scotty Scheffler. Each way, places one to third. He finished tied for fourth. Cam
Close.
Young was the same thing except one through four finished 10th, so not really as close. Aaron Ryan 18th, and there was only 20
20,
people.
20. Yeah.
That's a
Aaron
great
Rye.
job, Aaron Rye.
Jeez.
Like I said earlier, Hideki finished first, and then Alex Noren finished another one you added, Alex Noren. He finished second. It was a really
Yeah. So
interesting weekend of just like people. Sepp Straka was up there for most of the weekend, and I remember saying keep an eye out on him.
yeah.
Yeah, Straka was there. I'm trying to think of anyone else.
Well, Saturday when I saw kind of what Hideki and Alex Noren were doing, I'm like, I don't want to get
Dude,
caught not having
do you see Hideki's
any
eagle on
wins.
10?
Yeah.
Just ripped one and it spun back like 8 feet and just bloop, right in
Yeah.
there. It was
That was
great.
awesome.
It was such
Yeah.
a cool golf shot.
When Hideki's on,
He's
there's
one of the
not
best in the world.
there's not many players better than him when he's got it all going. So yeah, so we did get some sprinkles at the end there, the each way betting. Not bad odds I got on Saturday on both Matsuyama and Noren, so that made up for all the other ones that we didn't hit.
Yeah.
UFC 323 in Las Vegas was
That's
really,
great.
really entertaining.
Great card. Yeah.
Yeah, it far outshined UFC 322
By a
um,
mile.
by a lot. It was what you want to see in UFC and mixed
Yes.
martial arts. What I want to see. Some people will call me a casual or whatever they say, whatever the kids say, because I don't like the grappling aspect of it.
But
I like the striking and all that.
and it
So
wasn't just it had a good mix of everything.
yes,
Whether you're a fan of boxing and striking within the UFC, it had a great mix of that. But it also had a great
it had
mix of
submissions.
grappling
Yeah,
and submissions if you really like watching that as well. So this card was great for just a UFC fan. It had basically anything you could ever want from it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
had knockouts, it had submissions, it had two dudes who are two of the
Just
best
throwing bombs.
throwing hands. It was great.
Yeah, and it did also have an unfortunate end
I was
uh,
just about to say.
in the championship, or yes, in the championship fight, right?
Yeah, it was.
No, no, no,
So
no. The
no, it
co-main
was
event.
the co-main event, but it was still it was still a belt
It was a title
for a
fight.
belt.
Yeah, right. The
With
flyweight
Alexander Pantoja
championship.
and Joshua Van.
Hmm.
Uh, kind of, it was a rough injury.
Yeah, it was gruesome.
Pantoja threw a pick or a kick, and Van caught it and kind of shoved them backwards. And Pantoja just went to catch himself, and his elbow kind of
They
got
slipped.
stuck
Went
under him.
fully the wrong direction.
And yeah, the elbow bone is not supposed to move like that.
Yeah. Full
So
dislocation of his elbow.
he's going to
Yeah.
have probably close to a year of recovery,
Yeah, and it's
maybe a little
unfortunate
less.
because,
It was a great fight.
we would
And
want to see that rematch, but
yeah,
it's not going to happen for
a
some
while.
time as he rehabilitates that elbow. So yeah, and it was early. It was
It
within
was
the
within the first minute.
first minute of the first round. So
Yeah.
hate to see it because we really wanted to see a lot more of that fight.
I wanted to see
Uh,
Joshua Van prove himself because that dude can
yeah,
fight. And
yeah,
some people were getting on him for how he reacted to the win. People felt he was maybe celebrating too much. Maybe.
maybe I don't know.
But also he just won his first belt ever. The dude's 24 years old.
Yeah, so
Maybe
yeah,
25.
he
He's young.
deserves it. I mean, he it was an unfortunate event, but he had some causality to that event. He
Yeah.
caught the kick, threw Van or Pantoja
And
off balance.
it's considered a TKO.
Yeah, and that's how it was
It's
scored.
just how it's scored and how the rules are within the UFC. So I
Yeah,
mean, you can't really argue it.
right.
But Peter Yan too. What a fight! The
Oh,
dude
the
went
main
out
event.
and
Yeah.
executed
Bantamweight championship.
perfectly.
Merab Dvalishvili versus
Gosh,
Peter Yan.
Morab's last
Yeah.
fight, he took down a dude. He had what, almost 20 successful
Yeah.
submissions.
18 or something. Yeah. Whatever. Close to
The
20.
dude had like 9, maybe.
In this
And
fight,
what was it, less than that?
it was less than that. It was under 5, I think.
Yeah, crazy. I
Yeah.
saw a clip today on social media with Jan's coach, and they had it all planned out perfectly. They're like, if Morab does A, you do B. If B doesn't work, do C. If he does C, you do D. And he executed that perfectly. It was so cool to see.
Yeah.
And just that's what UFC is. That fight and the way Jan fought, that is maybe a perfect fight.
Well, and I think because Dvalishvili's one of those Eastern Bloc guys that likes to grapple, likes to do the
Yeah.
takedowns. I think Jan's uh, game plan, like you said, and the way he executed it, I think people will really study that
Yeah.
to
You should.
because it's a way to counter the best fighters right now in the UFC, and they are grapplers. I mean, we know this, but boy, take a look at that
Yeah. If
fight,
anyone,
and
whoever fights Makachev next.
yeah,
Granted,
take
it
a,
is Makachev, and that dude is absurd. But I mean,
but
take a look. You may learn something.
exactly. So that was awesome. Um,
Yeah.
some other decent fights. Tatsuro, the Japanese guy,
Yeah.
Tiara,
Um.
submitted Brandon Moreno, which
Yeah.
was wow. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Cueto and Talbot.
Cueto, Talbot.
I mean,
Talbot's
he's good, dude.
Talbot's good. Cueto's not anymore. Cueto used to be a double
Well,
champion, but this
big.
was his retirement fight.
So much respect to Henry Cueto and what he did within the UFC too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's his retirement fight. It's his last fight ever. It sucks to see him go out that way, but dude had an awesome UFC career. Probably will be a Hall of Famer. That fight is not going to be the one he's remembered by. So
Yeah.
good
Exactly.
career, Henry Cueto.
And
Great
then
to
the
see
female
him.
fight, Macy Barber
Macy
and
Barber, dude, she looked good.
yeah, and Silva. She was well after she got up kicked illegally in the jaw. She was pissed after that,
Yeah, dude.
and then she just kind of mauled Silva and
Sh-
won that fight.
She might be one of my favorite female fighters right now.
Yeah, yeah,
She
um,
can kick butt, dude.
yeah. So she's an up and comer. We'll see her again.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
so
only 27.
oh, JT's picks, and the experts' picks. How about it?
Yeah, so JT went 9-5 compared to experts 8-6. So great job, JT.
Yeah, 9-5 is low for JT. That's a
Yeah, it
low
kind of
mark.
is.
He's typically maybe 1 or 2 losses in a 12, 13, 14 fight card. So,
And
but
for a
still,
championship fight like that, a numbered event like that, where there are 2 main events, it's hard. That's a
yeah,
tough. It's
that
tough
was a
kicking
tough
butt
card.
there. Yeah,
Yep, it was a tough card. So, good on him for that. And there is a UFC this week, so we'll get into that here after I. You know what, Brandon? I have the
what's up?
slides, but I'm not going to do them. Or do you? Or should
You
I?
can do them.
Okay.
Do what you want, man. You have them. Use them.
Okay. So EPL, English Premier League. We're trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn these teams. This was last week's picks, EPL match week 15. We did 4, and the first one,
Started off well.
not bad. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Okay, so my new favorite bet, little foreshadowing, is both teams to score, or both teams to
I'm
score.
seeing that.
No draw is yeah. So this happened to me in NASCAR too. I had to learn what bets are successful for what I'm trying to do and what I'm looking at. And I think the both teams to score no draw is maybe the best one as far as getting plus odds,
Yeah,
and going a little bit contrarian.
that
So
makes sense.
you're probably going to see that more often than not. But yeah, so the final score was 2-1 Aston Villa. So they beat Arsenal. But yeah, okay. And this is a guy that knows soccer, Daniel in Nashville. Both teams score over 2.5 is the best bet in soccer. It, I look at it, I see it, Daniel, and I would never disagree with you because I'm such a newbie at this. A lot of times it's still minus odds. So I kind of go down to the next selection, which is both teams to score no draw, which I find to be more plus odds. So I'm a plus odds guy, just so everybody knows. I don't like to bet, the minus 115s or minus 200s or whatever. It just, if I'm going to put any sprinkles down, I want to get a good plus number. Okay, so the next one is when I get into my first loss. Liverpool at Leeds United. Both teams scored no draw. And here we go. There was a draw. So here's where Daniel's. Here you go, Daniel. This one, I'll put this back up again. Both teams score over 2.5 would have been the better bet on
Yeah, there you
this
go.
match. So I'm learning.
That's a tough draw. 3-3.
3-3 is a
That's
tough
brutal.
draw, right? I knew both teams were going to
6
score,
goals is nuts.
but yeah, that's crazy. And this one broke my heart a little bit because Sunderland is kind of mine and Brandon's adopted team. Yes, it
Yeah.
was, and I did watch a lot of that game. Daniel, it was an insane game. Fun to watch, entertaining. He's talking about Liverpool Leeds.
Yeah.
Sunderland AFC has been a bit of our adopted team.
Mhm.
At Man City, both teams scored no draw, and this one I was even telling your sister, and I even sent her the video of it because it was so just I could not believe it. So Sunderland had several scoring chances, but their best scoring chance was off a corner kick, which was great because these are set pieces, and you know they're traditionally very high percent scoring chances. And the dude made such a great corner across all the way to the other side, the offside of the goal. Guy controls it, left foot shot, just a laser hits the post.
Oh,
Hits
brutal.
the post for Sunderland. And I'm just like, yeah, because the goalie had no shot, no shot. Like one ball to the left, and that's a goal. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. He hit the post. So, want on that one. That was,
Mhm. That
uh,
sucks.
couldn't believe it. And then finally, so I went 2 for 2. Got Brighton versus West Ham. West Ham double chance, meaning West Ham to either win or draw. So they did draw. So I do get the win on that bet. So 2-2. Our overall record is now 6. What am I? 6-8. 6-8 since I
Not bad.
started doing yeah since I started doing EPL. 6-8 year to date. So got to get back to 500, and then I got to get above 500. So this week's picks. I think the first one, Daniel might like quite a bit. It's Chelsea versus Everton. Both teams score no draw. There you go. Plus 165. So I put those odds up there when I'm making oh geez, I haven't
Change
transitioned.
the yeah, there you
Transition.
go.
My bad. So plus 165 there on the both teams to score no draw. I think Chelsea wins, maybe a 2-1 type of game. Liverpool versus Brighton. Now, here you go. The draw and over 1.5 goals.
There you go.
Plus 340. Yeah. I usually
It's good
have that
odds right
that
there.
that one big bet um, that has to come through. Yeah, nice odds there. But I can see a draw at like 2-2. Or even 1-1. It still goes over 1.5. Okay, Crystal Palace versus Man City. Both team to score, no draw, plus 125. See, like that bet.
Yeah, you sure do.
And then Brentford Leeds, both team to score, no draw, plus 160. Yeah, and maybe this is because I don't have a favorite team so much right now that I have to like root for them. But I am also trying to be on brand with our brand, the Expert Suck, and try to go contrarian. So when I'm researching these games, I'm looking at contrarian plays. So, and these are them definitely because you can see the odds are plus on these. So,
Way to go. Good job.
yeah. Now, that was that week and that was this week. So, we covered English Premier League. We started off this week's bets and sprinkles and stuff with the English Premier League. And then we can talk about the UFC Fight Night in Vegas. That is this weekend on
Yeah,
Saturday.
it should be a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about the guy that's fighting the main event?
I honestly feel what Roy Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, but did he fight Van last time?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
just lost.
He fought Joshua Van.
Yeah, he just
Dude,
lost the van.
dude hung in there with him. Um, Brandon Royval is a great fighter. He has had his fair share of chances for the belt. Like he fought Pantoja back in 2023, as I'm seeing this right now. Good fighter. I also think Manuel Cape is coming up in the UFC, and it should be interesting. The dude can throw hands.
Yeah, this is the number 2 versus the number 6. Royval being the number
Yeah.
2 contender in the flyweight division versus the number 6 contender, Manuel. Is it Cape
Is it
or
Cape
Cape?
or Cape?
I
I
think
think
it
it's
might be
Cape.
Cape because of
Yeah.
where he's from,
It's
another country.
Portugal. Yeah.
So it's probably Cape. So yeah, the main event should be a very entertaining fight. I was looking at the rest of the card and I'm like, okay, who else is okay
Kevin
in?
Vallejos, dude, only has one loss.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is his MMA or his UFC debut.
It might
Uh,
be. I'm
we
not
may need to
100%.
ask
No, it isn't.
JT about that.
It's his third fight.
It's his third fight. How is he not ranked?
I don't
Isn't
know.
he like 7-1?
He's 16-1 total, but
16-1. Okay,
as
there's
he's
another guy in
joined
there that's 7-1.
because he was in the Contender Series
Okay,
not
okay,
not too long ago, like last year.
okay.
So he was
Yeah.
fighting in the
So
Contender Series. He's a product of that.
the rest of the
Dude,
card's going to be some names that
hey,
only like
we have a
true like
Neil Magny sighting.
you did. Yeah, you told me that today. Neil Magny.
That dude has like 100 fights under him.
I told you that. Yeah, like he's an enigma, man. I mean, he was a heavy underdog his last fight, and I think what did he submit the dude?
Yeah, he did.
Anaconda choke. I think.
Yeah,
Nice.
but he's
Yeah.
had some tough fights the past year or so. He had to fight Michael Morales,
Ooh.
which
He,
I know, and then he backed that up with Carlos Paredes.
yeah.
So it's two of the best dudes right now looking
Right.
for a title
Morales might
shot.
get it. Yeah. Morales might get a title shot. So yeah, I mean,
So will Paredes.
yeah, eventually. So yeah, that's the featherweight division. What division is that? What are we talking about?
That would be
Middleweight,
yes, welterweight.
welterweight. Welterweight division's pretty stacked. Welterweight and middleweights and lightweights are pretty stacked. So yeah, a lot of fun. It should be a good fight. We'll watch it. JT will have his picks. I'll post them to Instagram. I'm going to say it again. JT's picks. Oh, well, actually, JT's picks are good. So if you do like UFC betting, here's a perfect time for me to do our PSA, Brandon. Do that at your own risk. We are not
Seriously.
putting those out there for anybody's use but ours. If you do put your hard-earned nickels and dimes and dollars on any of these picks, again, it's like swimming at the swimming pool without a lifeguard. Do that at your own risk.
Yes.
We do not take any blame or credit for anything that we put out there as far as betting is
We'll take
concerned.
some credit. We'll take a little bit.
We'll take it for ourselves.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. Okay. Last but not least, this is kind of a cool event. I'm glad they're
Yeah, it
doing
is.
this.
This will be fun.
And we're really tuning into this this weekend. It's a mixed PGA and LPGA tour
Yeah.
event. It's the Grant
I love
Thornton.
this.
Yeah, this format's cool too. The Grant Thornton Invitational at Tiburon Golf Club in Naples, Florida. Nice place
Yeah.
to be in
Yes, it
December.
is.
Um,
I
okay,
love it
so
for the LPGA.
yeah,
It's a lot because some people will not watch the LPGA and just don't have the
and the,
reason to.
and if you
But
don't,
some of these
you're
girls
going
on
to
here
learn
are
some names.
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're good,
so
dude.
good. Yeah, they're so good. So what
I,
we're going to do? There's only
if you know
16
golf
teams.
though, you know
Yeah, you
Nelly
and I.
Corda. You know Nelly Corda at least. You have to. There's
Yeah,
if you
and
haven't heard of Nelly Corda, Charlie Hull's
Charlie
in
Hall is
there.
on Insta. I mean, she's a social media. Lydia Ko.
Lydia Ko, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's 16 teams.
Lexi Thompson.
So there's not going to be a cut, and it's going to be a pairs event. So one PGA player, one male and one female, one LPGA player, and so it starts on Friday. Day
Yeah.
one is a scramble where they, you know, just like you and your buddies do, sometimes you take the best shot from every player and play from there. So um, day one is a scramble, and then day two is alternate shot where they will follow each other um, and alternate
Who
shot
hits
after
the ball?
shot. Yep. Then day three is a modified best ball, which is it's interesting how
How do they modify best ball?
well yeah. And here you go.
How are we modifying this?
Brandon, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, great.
So in the modified best ball, the both players will tee off their own ball,
Okay,
and then
that makes
they
sense.
switch the ball that they play on their second shot, and then they play that ball out. And the low score for that hole counts. So say you and I were doing this modified best ball. The two of us would tee off,
Yes.
and then we would hit each other's shot for the rest or each other's ball for the rest of the hole.
Oh,
And if
okay.
you got a 4 and I got a 5, we would take your 4 as our
That
score.
okay, that makes sense.
So the best
So
ball.
if
Yeah, if you hit one into the
okay,
crap, I got to go play that one
you
out
gotta
of the
go play
crap.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fun. That's actually really fun. That's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. So really cool format. So if you're bored or anything like that, put it on. It'll be fun, and you'll get to see
Mhm.
and learn. Oh, Lexi Thompson.
Yeah, there
Lexi
you go.
Lexi Thompson's playing with our guy from Colorado here, Wyndham Clark,
Wyndham.
which leads me
I love
to
Lexi Thompson too. She's great at golf.
leads me to our each way bets because it's only 16 teams. We're going to do the each way bets market again. So our first one is that the aforementioned Wyndham Clark Lexi Thompson team. Each way out to 4 places is plus 1,000. And I'll let you do the next one, B. But I know pronouncing his partner's
I
name is
know.
difficult.
I'm gonna get it.
She's from Singapore.
I know.
I
So
can
it's
do
gonna
it
be
for you if you want me
Jake
to.
Knapp and let me get it. I'm gonna Jake Knapp and Patty Tavatonkit.
Yep. Keat or
Ah,
Kit. Yeah. Tavatonkit.
nailed it.
Tanakit.
Tavatonkit.
Tanakit.
Tavatonkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won last year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're back defending their championship. And they are also plus 100 each way, or plus 1,000, sorry. Plus 1,000 each way out to 4 places. And then, oh, yeah, you threw this one out. I'm
I
like,
threw
okay.
this one out here. I like this one. Michael Brennan and Charlie Hull.
And
Um,
I said, well,
hold
Brennan's
on.
playing pretty good right now. And I said, was this because they're playing good or because they look good playing?
Charlie Hull's a dog. Even, dude, I could say that about a lot of the LPGA Tour players. Charlie
Not a
Hull's,
dog as far as what she looks like. Now,
oh, she's great.
Brandon,
No, she's really good at golf.
guys that are my age, if you say a girl or a female looks like
Oh, that's
is a
funny. I
dog,
forgot about the age gap here.
that's derogatory. That's like oh man,
That's
she's a dog.
hilarious.
No, Charlie
Dog
Hole
meaning.
is
So when I
far.
talk about When I
Yeah.
talk about someone's a dog, that means they're good. Gen Z
They got
slang,
that dog in
whatever.
them. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
that
got that
fight.
dog in them. So let's clear
Yeah.
that up.
That's a young guy. That's a 20-something term. You got that dog in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Hull is
But
yeah.
she's been great on the LPGA tour for a couple years now.
I guess if you were gonna call her dog, she would be like best in show.
Yeah, right. Uh, dang. Way to just like throw me under the bus here. That's not exactly why I chose Charlie Hull. Um,
But kinda sorta. Hey,
no, you're
okay.
really just putting words in my mouth here.
If you're wondering who
You're
Charlie
really
Hull
putting
is,
words in my mouth.
if you're wondering who Charlie Hull is, Google her or go to Instagram and search her.
She's
And
good at golf.
she is good at golf. Yeah, she is a top LPGA player. So, yeah. Well, hey, and if we're putting our sprinkles on the Brennan and
She's
Hull,
got 3 wins on tour, dude.
yeah,
Uh,
they're
You want me to defend this anymore and you're just of
they're
why I picked
more
her other than she's
no, but they're
attractive?
more of a favorite than um Clark Thompson Knapp.
I
Probably
know.
they're plus 750, but we're gonna do them each way out to 4 places as well. So those are our current 3 picks. Now, just like I did um, with last week's, I will keep an eye on this to see if there's any value come Saturday afternoon when all the second round is done to see if I can pick up, like I said, a value on who could end up winning this thing. So um, I'm definitely not opposed to adding a couple each way bets for
Dude,
the final
Charlie
round.
Hull missed 2 cuts this year. 2. I'm still
Okay. Do I have to Google her and put her up on
No,
the
don't.
screen? Okay.
I'm just making sure you guys know I didn't
She
pick her
can
because of
play
other
golf.
reasons.
Yeah, right. Brandon's 24 years old.
I'm 23.
23.
Cut me some slack.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So those are our picks for the the PGA LPGA Tour event, Grant Thornton Invitational. And those are our picks for the weekend. Another busy weekend.
Yeah,
We have lots to do. Christmas parties are in full swing.
they
So
sure are.
I don't know how much we will get to watch this weekend, but that's what, social media and phones and things like that are for.
Technology.
And yeah, updates. Okay. All right, Brandon, any parting words before you go have some dinner?
I think we really got it all out today.
We
I
got
think we aired it all out.
yeah, much like last week, we got a lot off our chest that wasn't related to the off-season sports, but needed to be said. Um, and okay, this is perfect for us. Perfect time to say. And if you didn't catch it live, then come back to YouTube and watch the replay video, or I will upload the audio to Spotify and you can catch us there. But in any case, give us a subscribe at YouTube and a thumbs up and then a share. And if you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow, a 5-star rating, and a share over there. I'm not going to say who it was, but we got a very, very cool follow
We did,
today
yeah.
on Instagram. And I am super excited about who this was. And I cannot even believe that they found our Instagram to even follow us, but I'm grateful and thankful and appreciative of them doing that. Hopefully they didn't make a mistake and be like, "Oh, we didn't mean to follow these dimwits." But
Dimwits, yeah.
hopefully they do continue to follow us and actually catch some of our content. Because it's cool and it's a
Yeah,
cool
it's
Instagram
really
page.
cool.
If you know me, I'll tell you in person. I don't know if it's like good etiquette to put that out there when another podcast follows you, but whatever. I'll learn. I'll ask some of the other
We'll figure it out,
podcasters
yeah.
that I get in their chat quite a bit, or maybe Discord.
Yeah, we're still new to it. Hasn't even been a full year
We're
of at
trying to
least
grow.
me and you
Hey, but we are growing.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, Brandon and I have not given the off season a full calendar year
Yeah,
yet,
which is
but
crazy.
oh hey, by the way, one last thing tidbit, TGL. The
It's coming
indoor
up. I
golf
know.
league starts, I believe, December 23rd or somewhere in that week,
Yeah.
22nd, 21st, something like that. I saw Rick Run Good post something. I can say Rick Run Good because he doesn't follow us.
28th.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, we will be doing some picks even on that, and some sprinkles and some bets that again I don't recommend everybody using at all. Okay. Thanks everyone. Brandon's got to go eat some dinner. Everybody can get on with their night. But we really appreciate all the listeners and followers and subscribers, everybody watching us on YouTube. We will be back next week to recap and do another show.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, B. Awesome job.
Yeah, you too.
I'm trying to get to our transition page. Not so awesome job.